Hi everybody, Dr. Jana Bigliani here from Fluid Physio. I wanted to share some exciting news and a little feedback as to me recently becoming a Graston Technique provider. So for 7 years now, I've been using very loved instrument called the Edge tool. It had one side with different edges and it sits nicely in my palm, and I always thought, oh, that I had some physical therapy, and my mentor NPT, Dr. Justine DeLucio, used her Graston Technique instruments with me, and I was like, oh my God, and I try them and it's just hard. So I don't know that I like those tools, but so I stuck with this one. I used Biotone to provide skin protection as I worked with them. I also then tried this other tool by Rock Tape. It had different edges too, but I was always just much more comfortable with this one. And then I thought, you know what, I should learn a little bit more. Let me go into the other side and take a course to learn more of the basic principles. So a week ago I did, and I can't say that I really like these tools. I love them. I went in and I bought myself a nice set of tools, and I really learned the basics and the science behind these instruments, which are for each one of these edges, there's actually a different tool, instrument, and I really learned how to use it, the different technique behind it, and why there's different instruments too. I used their Graston emollient, which is definitely a little stickier and greasier, doesn't absorb like the Biotone. I love the Biotone. The Biotone was a little bit greasy, a little liquidy. It's kind of like what the feel, but you can also use cocoa butter for a vegan option. This one has beeswax. So beeswax, it definitely has the stickiness to it. And I will say that only a week into it, I would say every single one of my patients that had me working on them a week ago with this one, really, really liked the Graston Technique instruments. They mentioned that the smoothness of the tools was much nicer on their skin. One of the things that I noticed was that I was able to cause less petechia. Petechia are tiny little red dots that sort of come to the surface, little blood vessels that come to the surface, and then if you do too much of it, it becomes painful. With this one, I would get many of these, and these are just very few, where there's different places where fascia is just really cut up. That's when these tools kind of give you a little petechia, very little though. So this was definitely much nicer on the patients. So I'm in love. I really like my tools. The only sort of drawback, and part of it could be just me getting used to it and learning, is that because of how thin they are, sometimes my hands and my fingers, forearms get a little more fatigued. But thank God for GT6, because this one has a double beveled and single beveled edges, and I can potato peel my thinner or hypothenar eminences, the fingers, the tendons, this little tool, amazing. So if you have any questions or any comments regarding either one of the other, certainly this is a very budget-friendly version of an instrument-assisted soft tissue mobilization, but at the same time, you could just go home and get a spoon with a soft edge and do something similar. Certainly more of a tool to mobilize your fascia, but not quite like the instruments that we have here that are meant for a provider to mobilize your fascia after being certified. Because like I said, there's different reasons why each tool has been created. So if you have any questions or comments, comment below. You can also send us a message, and I hope to have a couple of videos from my patients to sort of giving you a little feedback or insight as to why one or the other would be best. So again, Dr. Gianna Bigliani from Fluid Physio. Bye.